Hello everyone and welcome to this Strapi and Next.js tutorial where we're going to build this amazing job board. And if you are familiar with the channel and you follow the previous course, we did an exact same job board using Contentful, which we deploy to Vercel and Netlify. And in this tutorial, we're putting our focus now on doing the exact same thing with the Strapi CMS, okay? So just like before, the feature requirements are exactly the same. We would like to have a job board like this, okay, with the listings where we can list our jobs, okay? And for each job, we want to have a detailed view page, okay, job details. And from the job, we would like to see the company that posted that particular job, right? So as you can see here on the job company, on the company's page, we would like to see the jobs categorized by category, basically. And obviously, we would like also to be able to search, okay? So if I search a job here, I type Tailwind, we like to filter the jobs that are related to Tailwind. If I type React, we like to filter the jobs that are related to React and only React. And most of these jobs have React somewhere in the description or in the title. So if I type TensorFlow, we like the jobs that are related to AI only, right? So similarly, I would like to filter here the jobs that are remote only. As you can see, the filter works. Feature jobs only, fantastic. Full-time jobs. Similarly, by experience level, junior roles, tech lead roles, and by salary range. So for example, here I want all the jobs that are from 50K to 100K. As you can see here, if we sort, we can even see that better. Ascending, right? So, and then descending. Okay, obviously we can also add another here. Now we have this other job, which is above 100K a year. Okay, and last but not the least, we like also to filter the jobs by skill sets. So if I add particular skill sets here, we like to get the jobs that are related to that particular skill set and also still match the criteria that we have below here, right? So if I remove here, you see that nothing will match anymore. Okay, let me remove all this and it reinitializes the search. So let me add another one, TensorFlow. Okay, and obviously when we have those filters, let me add some more. React, it's going to add a lot of jobs. Obviously you can turn them off from here, or to give more ergonomy and more user friendliness to our app, we can also remove them just by clicking on them here. So I'm going to remove the AI jobs. Okay, as you can see now, we have only the Tailwind jobs. If I remove this, it reinitializes the whole thing, right? And we have also, of course, we can sort by the date posted as well, descending or by company names. Okay, as you can see here. All right, so this is basically what we're going to build. Exactly like we did on Contentful, if you follow that other course. But now as the backend layer, we're going to use Strapi CMS, okay? So just like before, the implementation guidelines are the same. The first one, if I go to the code just a little bit, the first implementation guideline is that we want our Next.js components to be very thin, in that they should their sole responsibility should be to fetch the data and pass the data to an actual React component, vanilla React component, which job will be to display those data. Okay, so and the reason why we do this is because if for whatever reason we would like to switch to a different framework like Remix or something else, our React component are 100% reusable, right? So it's just a matter of changing the routes, and we can reuse the same thing. So if you go here, for example, to the job page with the slug, you see that exactly the same pattern. Our components are only responsible of pre-rendering our pages. Sorry, are only responsible of pre-rendering the data and not the display. Okay, for the display we rely on actual React components. Okay, so the other implementation guidelines is that we want our React components to have a single responsibility as well, right? So if we go, for example, here to the job details page, you see that this is a component that is like, first of all, our components are we have three four kind of components. You have the data type of components, which are basically, like the name suggests, which job is to display a particular data. And in this case, for the case of a job details, it's going to take a job and display all the details about that job. If it's a card component, it's going to take a job and display only a subset of the data within that of that job. And this is a card component here, right? So this is an example of a card component. And if I go here, I visit the actual job, you see that this is the job detail component here. Okay, so now if I go back here, you see that we also have like listing types of components. Okay, so we keep things very modular and organized. And of course, you also have the forms type of components. If I go back to the home page, to the search page, you see that we have a lot of forms on this app. This is a form, this is another form, this is a form. So we have different forms, and each form lives in its own component, right? So, and we have the globals, the header, the footer, and the layout. Basically, this is what you have here, the layout, the header, and finally the UIs elements. Basically, these are like a spinner, the page not found. They don't display a particular part, slice of information. They're mainly, like the name suggests, user interfaces type of components. Okay, so we want our components to have a single responsibility. And last but not the least, and perhaps the most important, like we said in the previous tutorial on Contentful, we want our components to have to be absolutely agnostic of the data source that we're using, right? So for example, here we just import the data source and we fetch the data. There is no way to know that whether if you're using Strapi or Contentful. Is completely irrelevant for our components, and that allows us to do some amazing things. And just by switching an environment variable, you see we are able to deploy the app in different like we are able to make the app pull data from different CMSs or even databases framework, right? So that's where we're going. In the previous tutorial, we did the implementation with the Contentful CMS. Now in this tutorial, our attention is focused on how to do exactly the same with Strapi. Okay, now what I've discussed so far is all the similarities with the previous course, but now the difference. Unlike in the previous course, our focus is not going to be on how to do the how to design the Tailwind CMSs and all that. We are going to put because this is just going to be exactly the same as in the Contentful course. So here in this course, our attention is going to be based is going to be on how to design the data layer, okay? Because that's ultimately the point that we're trying to make, right? So we can use exactly the very different CMSs, but the same UI, and everything should still work the same. So our attention is going to be on building the data source for the Strapi CMS. So every tutorial on this series is going to be just about building the data layer. Okay, we're not going to be putting our attention on the Tailwind components or the React components or the Next.js functionalities, but only on building the data source using the REST API of the Strapi CMS. Okay, so without further ado, let's install the scaffolding. So here you have the final product here, but of course we want to start from scratch. So let me go to the live folder. You can see it's empty. So the first thing we want to do, we have to initialize the project and get started with me. You would like to install two things. You want to install the scaffolding project for the UI, and for that we rely on the degit command. Basically, it's like it allows you to clone any repository on the internet without getting the Git history for that. The Git history of that repository. So the way to install it is to run the command npm install global digit. I've already done that, so I'm not gonna install it anymore. But now you have two choices here. So namely, first of all, if you followed the contentful tutorial, okay, you would like to, the next thing you want to do is to install this here. So basically this command tells that, okay, I want to get this repo, okay, the Strapi Next.js tutorials of this user, this GitHub user, which is lifted.site, okay, and I want, this is the feature branch that I want to get, okay. So if you followed the contentful tutorial, this is the feature branch that you want to get, and all these details are going to be in the README of the of this particular tutorial. You can see all the commands there. And finally, this is, you tell the Git that this is the folder where you want to clone this particular repo feature branch, okay. And that is if you did follow the contentful tutorial, because if you did, then it assumes that you already have like the environment variables, and starting the project will be easy for you. You already have the environment variables that are related to contentful, and if you didn't, which is perfectly fine, which is, I assume most of you following this tutorial, then this is the command that you have to run, okay. So you want to run this command, this command instead. You want to run this one instead, okay. So let's run this. Very good, very good. Now you see it's cloned, it has cloned that folder. So let's cd into it and install the dependencies. So let me cd Strapi Next.js, then npm I install all the dependencies. It's gonna just do the scaffolding of the project for us, nice and clean. So npm run dev. Let's start the server now. Okay, first of all, let me close this other one so I can empty. I can have my port 3000 cleared. Okay, so npm run dev. Very good. Now let's go and open that. Very good. So if I refresh here now, this is the project that you should get, okay. So 3000, this is the scaffolding, this is the starting point, and now we have the UI, okay. And we're going to be building over a couple of videos. You're going to be building the data source to fetch the data, just like we have on this final outcome, and replace whatever we have here in this boilerplate scaffolding canvas, okay. So that's the first thing. Obviously Strapi is not a SaaS, it's an open source project, and to install it is very simple. You go to so basically we need to install Strapi locally as well. So that's what we're going to do next. And the first thing to do in order to do that, first of all, you need to remember that Strapi requires, if I go to their GitHub, okay, let's go, let me do that here. If you go to the GitHub, you see that Strapi requires node 12 or above, or 16 or below, okay. So we need to make sure that we have those exact dependencies locally, otherwise the right version of node locally, sorry, otherwise it won't work. So we need to install, if you don't have already the right version of node, you need to install that first. So that's what we're going to do here. Let's do that now. So first of all, you need to install nvm, okay. This is, if you don't have nvm, this is a package that is basically like node version manager, okay. So install this with this curl command, and again you find the command in the description, sorry, in the link in the description, okay. Once you have installed nvm, okay, I've already done that, so I'm not going to do that anymore. Now the next thing you want to do is install the version of node that you want, and in this case, since node requires Strapi requires 12 to 16, we're going to install 16, which is the latest version, which is always the best choice, okay. And finally, once you have installed node version 16, we want to use it, okay. So we run this command nvm use 16, okay. We make sure that we're using nvm use 16, oh, sorry, NVM, not NPM. Use 16. Use a 16 version, and we check that we have indeed Node, not Node there. Okay. All right. Fantastic. Now that we are sure, 100% sure that we are using the 16 version of Node, now what we want to do is install Strapi. And again, you have the command that I've created for you. Strapi npx create Strapi app latest and Strapi CMS server, and we run this command. Okay, so it's going to take a bit of time. I'm going to speed up the video here in doing the editing, but yeah, it's going to install Strapi and all the dependencies, and once it's done, we're going to have the Strapi server up and running, and we'll be able to start implementing the data layer, creating our entities, creating our entity model first of all, and then creating our entities and creating the data source to be able to pull the data from there, right? So two folders, the Strapi CMS server and the Strapi Next.js UI, right? So that's basically the two folders that you need to have, the two projects that you need to have in order to follow along with us in this tutorial. So I think this is nearly done. Let's give a few more sec. It should be completed. It's going to start on port 1337, I think. Fantastic. Now it's running. Okay, so it's successful. Fantastic. So now if we go to the port, if I go here, very good. You see, now it's asking us to create an account, so you can do whatever you want. I'm going to put junior, DGO, and then I'm going to put junior at lifted.site. Okay, I'm just going to put a simple password 1234 5 6 7 8 9 0. 1234 5 6 7 8 9 0. Oops, repeat that here. 1234 5 6 7 8 9 0. Very good. Keep. All right, and then now I'm not going to put this, and then let's put at least one uppercase. Okay, let's put an uppercase. I'm going to put an upper A. Password must contain at least, okay, at least one lower, okay, lower A. Very good. You see, now we are in, we are using, now we are ready to rumble really. So as you can see, the content type builder is empty. So over the next videos, you're going to build the data layer here. We're going to create our entities, types, and we're going to populate those entity types. So we are ready to rumble. As you can see, we have both the UI scaffolding done with the canvas empty and ready to receive our components, and we also have the Strapi CMS server installed and running. So in the next videos, we're going to start doing and implementing our job board. Thank you for watching, and I see you in the next video.